Hi, Sleepyheads. Welcome to Sleepy Hollow Express. Today we're going to be breaking down season 3, episode 15, Incommunicado. And my name is Denise, and my lovely partner is Mary. Mary, you want to say hi?
Hello.
We're too much. Okay. So I'm just so excited about this episode. I thought it was a really great episode. I thought they did a good job of putting everyone together, putting things together. But I did miss Ichabbie though. I felt like it was really light on Ichabbie and on Abby too. I don't know. What do you think, Mary?
It was definitely light on Ichabbie and Abby. Just like last episode. Oh my god, I see. Just like last episode, it was super light on Ichabod, and I need my witnesses together, basically.
I know. I agree. So we're going to break down our top 5 moments in the episode. And we're going to kind of go through them in order. So I'm going to let Mary go ahead and break down. We'll start us off with the first one.
Okay, so this was so wonderful for me because it was like the beginning of Ichabbie in season 1 with the donut holes.
And yes, that was my favorite scene from them.
He shows up with a bag from the donut place, and he's like, "Hey, you know what I want?" And then she kind of finds out that he's using the emblem. Well, he's trying not to, but he can't help it. But he's using the emblem to just watch her while she's shopping. And I'm kind of like, does it work? Like, in the shower? Like, I'm just saying, there's going to be so much fan fiction about this. Like,
yes, you know what? I can't wait because that's the best part.
It's going to be great.
Okay, can I say that moment was super cute?
Yeah.
But then she said something that I have been wanting her to say for a while now. She was like, even a tiny, she asked him what else did he see? And he was like, no, nothing else. I would never, you can trust me. He's like, no, there was no shower moment. Okay, so.
But there was.
I was like, yes, hand clap with the quick, he was feigning ignorance. Like, I didn't know how it worked. So, I inadvertently touched it at a moment. Yes, that was super cute. But she says, even a tiny lie about donuts can erode the trust, between the witnesses. And I've been saying that for a while now. Abby needs to be able to trust him and vice versa. So, I mean, they can't be keeping things from each other, lying, even if it's about donuts. Just tell the truth. Yeah, I accidentally touched it, and I couldn't help watching you at the donut shop. I mean, just say it.
Yes! It's so true.
I know.
I think you're right about that because, yeah, Abby really needs to be able to trust him. And, I mean, Tom Meissen in his interview this morning was even talking about how Ichabod's the one that always gets them in trouble. Ichabod's always the one like having these emotional moments and then just like running off into the distance for no reason. And Abby's the one that's got to save him. And even at the end of the episode, she's like, I'm keeping count how many times I've saved your life.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, there's so much Ichabbie. I can't.
It was, you know what? It was a lot of Ichabbie in the moments that they were together. It was solid, and I felt like so much happened. But I was like craving more and more of those moments, and I felt like we didn't get them last night. So
I felt like a lot of the Ichabbie, it was intense and it was super close. We just didn't have any like casual Ichabbie. you know, them solving the mystery or, you know, stuff like that, like their usual banter. It was like relationship building. It could be, you know?
Well, yeah, because they were unable to talk. So, I mean, they weren't able to communicate in this episode.
True. Okay, and next, let's talk about the B team, Scooby Gang, chasing Banshee around.
Right. No, I feel you. And I was like, okay, I know I'm skipping ahead, but there was that one moment when they were like trying to shackle. You know what? Let me not skip ahead. We'll talk about that later. Go ahead.
Well, we could put that under Joenny, or let's get to there because this is part of it. So the Banshee first showed up at the beginning with this. I want to call it a dad band.
Right.
I don't know. And Kyle, the black guy, he's a show off, and he was making so much noise that it attracted a banshee to come and kill them. So they, Jenny's the one that found out that, like, oh, this is a banshee. We need to figure out how to kill this guy. And like Joe, I feel like he didn't do a whole lot. Like he was really still emotional from last week with the whole Wendigo thing. Like I felt like he wasn't as good as witnessing as he was before the Wendigo thing.
You know what? I agree. And then that brings us to the moment when they're in the car and Sophie is just like, you know, what is up with him? First of all, Sophie, mind your business. I felt the way because she was like, yeah, you know, guys in love will tell you anything, and you know, is he really okay? Like she just throwing all kind of shade at Joenny. Like, leave them alone. Like she knows she already has all of those insecurities in her mind. I'm sure Jenny does. Right. So she don't need you just like shining the light all on everything that she all depressed about. She's just trying to be happy.
I will say this about Sophie though, because she is always shipping everyone. She told Danny a few episodes ago, like, you need to go talk to Abby. You know, I know you guys have history. And then she told Abby, like, a lot of good stuff has happened to you in the supernatural. It brought Crane into your life because you're soulmates. And then last night, she's like, you know, Joe loves you, right? The L word. I mean, she's the shipper.
Yeah, she is. But you know what? I just didn't like her comment. You know what? It's nothing against Sophie. I still like her as a character and everything. It's just I didn't like the one thing that she said. Everything else was fine.
Okay, so anyway, they get into Joe's EMT ambulance, and they have the sirens going, and the radio is up, and they make a lot of noise. And then Sophie tells Jenny about, you know, Joe loves you, and so the Banshee shows up, and they can't seem to beat him, you know. And it's really hard for them to try to keep him alive. Jenny just gets tired of it and just stabs him in the throat.
I was like, go ahead, Jenny.
I know.
That's the thing. I missed that. Sorry, what was that?
No, she was done with the foolishness. She's like, forget all this. Pow! And I was like, oh, it was good. I love Jenny. I mean, she's always been my fave. I love her.
And she is not into helping Pandora at all because she knows she's full of crap. And she's like, okay, but that's the thing. She needed to help save Crane. Right. And Abby is like, I need you to help save my hubby. So we gonna give Pandora what she wants, and she wants this Banshee.
Yes.
And that's what we have to do.
Well, you gotta think about it. Pandora is like, you know, allowed her husband to use Jenny as an outlet, a plug-in. you know, and then Pandora tried to kill her last week. So I get it. I get it.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's wrap this part up. So they find out that Abby wants them to keep the Banshee alive and to drag him in so Pandora can use the dark powers to free Ichabod and the Hidden One from the archives. But they can't do it. Either the Banshee wins or they kill the Banshee. Like, Jenny's dying, Joe just makes a decision and just kills it. And I love what Sophie says at the end. She's like, okay, who's going to tell Abby that we failed? Not it. Like,
okay, can I just say that whole operatic, the opera music, the dun dun dun, dun, I was like, come on now.
I kind of liked it. It was basic.
No, I did like it. I thought it was funny, but cheesy, you know, funny because it was cheesy. And, yeah, and they were like having a whole argument while they were trying to trap the Banshee.
I tweeted that. I was like, now is not the time for heart to heart. Just, no.
Really? So, of course, she breaks free, or it breaks free. I don't know. And
it's supposed to be a she.
Okay.
I know.
Well, she looked terrible. I was like, I can't. Anyway.
So we just talked about how Ichabod and Abby are apart in this episode, but they are working alongside a partner of their own. Abby has Pandora, and Crane has Pandora's husband, betrothed, boyfriend thing, the Hidden One. Now, I thought this was interesting because I liked the scenes that Abby and Pandora had in the past, where we have never seen Peter Mensa, the Hidden One, with anybody but Pandora. And I actually am starting to like him more because he's not just in a cave frowning. Like, he actually kind of like cracked a couple of jokes on Ichabod. He dragged him.
Can I say, I was like, Crane, don't let him read you. Like,
I was embarrassed.
I know, he was like draining his confidence.
Yeah.
Right in front of our eyes. I was like, no, this cannot happen. Crane, where's your witty comeback? I need you to read him.
There was no, you don't walk away from that.
Yeah, that's true.
The Hidden One came into the archives to kill the witnesses in the beginning because they had wounded Pandora.
Yes.
So he was there to just exact revenge, execute everybody. But Ichabod was the only one there, so he's like, all right, I'm going to kill you, and I'm going to wait for the girl to come in, and I'm going to kill her.
Well, no, first he said, where is the other witness? And Crane is like, I'm not telling you nothing. He was like, okay, well, if you don't tell me where she is, you know, I'm going to kill you.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, but if you tell me where she is, you know, it'll be slow, it'll be quick and painless. But if you don't, it'll be slow and painful, of course. And Crane is like, I'd rather die before I give up my wife. And so
just chilling.
I know, right? It's like, I'd rather die because, you know, I'm not giving up Abby, you know? So the Hidden One was like, okay, well, you made your choice and now it's time to end you. So he goes to like zap him with some type of fireball, some blue light or whatever it is. His powers. Of course, the emblem comes up and just creates a force field.
Yes!
And it saves Crane's life. I was like, yes! I was so excited in that moment, I must say. I don't know. How did you react?
Oh, well, I had a feeling that, well, I mean, Crane's a star. Like, he's not going to die.
Well, I knew he wasn't going to die.
Right.
Like,
so I was like, I wonder if the symbol has anything to do with the hidden one. And then when it fell out of his pocket, I was like, yes! Like, I was so excited. Yeah, I thought that was a really neat way to use that symbol, because at first I was like, okay, this is like a communication device, a one-way thing for the witnesses to use on each other. But the fact that it was also a shield that could protect them, like, that was pretty amazing. And the fact that Pandora knew about it the whole time, that intrigued me.
I didn't tell him. I didn't. I was like, why are you just telling all your secrets? Because I was like, she just played herself. Really?
Yeah. It was not good.
Okay, can we just say Abby was super upset about not being able to get in contact with her boo after that force field shocked her.
Oh, yeah.
She went through a whole thing. I was like, I feel the love.
She's running up on the door, bouncing right off of the force field. She's on the phone. She's like, you better call me back. I said, call me. I don't know if you're dead or alive. I need to get in there. Somebody help. Like, that. I needed that.
I know. I needed that because I felt her pain and her worry and her love for him in that moment. I was like, yes, it could be. And he wasn't even in the scene. So, I mean.
Oh, it's so beautiful.
But she gave me so many Ichabbie feels with that. I was just like, oh, she was like, I cannot live without you. And Crane had his I can't live without you moment. So it was just like, it was wonderful.
Yeah. When the hidden one said, okay, like, if your death is going to be quick, hers is going to be slow. Like, that flicker of, like, fear and pain, like, that went across Ichabod's face. Like, that was so real. It was real. Oh, my goodness. It was insane. Oh, okay. Should we keep talking about Crane and the hidden one? Or should we break down Abby and Pandora first?
Okay, let's go to Abby and Pandora.
Okay.
So, Pandora, well, Abby's running around because she's all upset about Crane, and she's trying to find another way into the archives, I'm assuming. Yeah. And she runs into Pandora. And Pandora is like, oh, she realizes that the emblem has been activated, and she alerts Abby to the fact of, tells her what it is, what it does. And so she's like, well, good, that the hidden one is trapped. But then Pandora's like, no, not good. It's not good, because the power, it'll feed off the power and then burst into flames, into nothingness. And Crane will be obliterated. And she's like, there's got to be some way to save my man. Like, no. There has got to be some type of way. And, of course, Pandora's like, yeah, I need my box. Really, Pandora? I was like, this is a ploy all along for her to get this box.
I was really hoping. I was trying to be optimistic that she was just going to be there to, like, help them. But when really she just needed her power back.
Of course. She was no good. But anyway, so Abby is like, there's got to be another way because I'm not letting you and this box be put back together. No. So she's like, okay, well, that's when the whole Banshee comes in. And she's like, okay, well, we got to have the Banshee so that we can, draw from the power of the the evil monster or whatever. And of course, Abby's all with the plan, and she's like, "Yeah, let me get the B team on it."
The B team.
So I don't know. Did you like the Pandora and Abby scenes?
I felt like they could have been better. I don't know.
I mean, I really liked them in the catacombs.
Yeah. Maybe it was just too rushed for me. Because I felt like Abby and Pandora were moving the plot along, where everybody else could just sit in the moment. Abby and Pandora were the ones doing the moving, you know?
You know what? I can agree with that. And then Crane and the Hidden One, their scenes were kind of like slow and drawn out. And then especially with,
yeah,
they had that dialogue. More so Abby and Pandora. Yeah, I agree with that. They were driving the plot along. They were like, look, this is what has to be done. Okay, we got to get them on it, that person on it. And they didn't have a lot of time to converse. Whereas the Hidden One and Ichabod were like, they were talking about his love of Prince.
Yes, that's my favorite part.
And his, he blew the dust off the record. But, it still did not stop the Hidden One from reading him his rights.
Oh my God. Okay, let's talk about that. Okay. Now, I really like what Crane said when he said that for a God to know everything, you don't know anything. It's talking about like the achievements of human beings and like how much has happened over the last 4,000 years that he has no idea about. I thought that was a really interesting moment because he was just like, what good is a God without having worshipers? I know that comes from like a really cynical place in Crane's life. Both he and Abby struggle with believing in God, even though like they're his witnesses. But I thought that was a really cool moment that Ichabod had, even though, he lost the upper hand in the end. But I thought that was really cool, like him naming off all these amazing people. And Ichabod is woke. I was really excited about that.
I know, right? Like he has studied up on the times.
Yes. Well, he lives with Abby. He's got to be woke. So
True. Now, I didn't dislike the Pandora and Abby scenes. I felt like Abby and Pandora were really strong on their own.
Yeah.
But like you said, yeah, they were driving the plot along and giving us the information we needed, like about the emblem and what it does. Because Crane was on his way to go find out, but the Hidden One read him and stopped him in his tracks.
Exactly.
Oh no, that read was like epic. I keep coming back to it, but it was.
Well, it really was. He's like, yeah, I know you sitting in the dark with just a candle trying to read these stupid little books that you talk about all the time. And then he said something where like that sadness hit Ichabod's face, where he was like, and here you are, just like the way you were before you came to this time, sad and alone in the dark.
Yeah.
That was amazing.
But first, can I say, he is not sad and alone? Well, he has.
At that moment.
But at that moment, yeah, he was. He was trapped in there with him, so he might as well have been alone.
Right. And I think that's something that Abby still has to fight against when it comes to Ichabod. Like, please don't forget you're not alone. Yes, you're a man out of time, but you're not alone anymore. And I think that is still something that Ichabod has to battle with inside himself. And Abby too. There are times when Abby feels like that she's all by herself too.
Yeah, he has to reassure her. Yeah, I can agree with that.
Oh man, with some heavy stuff. That read.
Okay, we need to move along.
I'm sorry.
No. I keep coming back to it too. I was just like, man.
Okay, let's move on to the last bits of what we can talk about these scenes before we get into Joenny. One of my favorite things after the hidden one reads him, what does Crane do? He eats emotionally. Like I just had to say it. I'm like, yes, same.
Yes, like I know exactly. I mean, that was the most relatable thing Crane has said, I think, in the history of the show.
I was so happy. It was awesome. Well, we're going to go longer than 30 minutes. I think now is a good time for a break. So, Denise, would you like to tell everybody where they can find you on Twitter?
Can I just say hand clap for this sign? They can find me at Forever Sam Sadie's on Twitter.
Woo! And you can find me at I Am Simply the Worst. Amen. Praise the Lord. So join us and tweet at us and tell us how ridiculous we are. And we'll write you back, probably follow you, and terrorize you forever. I'm kidding.
I know, right? We can continue the conversation there because these little, I always have so much more to say, but yeah.
Oh yeah, we got 2 more moments. This episode was so exciting. And Beauty and the Beast realness, Joenny.
Yes. Can I just say, I know this. Okay, so Pandora is like, okay, y'all, you killed Joe, you killed the Banshee, so now we're gonna have to use you. We have a beast right here, and we need to make use of it.
Right.
And everybody's like, yeah, that's a plan, except Jenny. She's like, no, you're not about to kill my man. No. And Pandora was like, okay, we're going to have to use him. There's no other choice, you know. And then Joe, she's like, no. And Joe's like, yes, you know, we're going to do this because we can't find another monster in the next couple of minutes and Crane will die. And I didn't hear Abby contesting this. Like, I mean.
Well, she kind of said something later. She was like, Joe's like my baby brother. If anything happens to him, like, you are going to pay for this. You know?
But that's going along with the plan. She didn't like say, no, Joe, don't do this.
But I'm going to tell you this. When it comes to Crane.
She's like, by any means necessary.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she'll throw just about anybody else under the bus, including herself.
True. She will throw. If she was a monster, she'd be like, "Look, use me."
Exactly.
You gotta save Crane. So she's down for the cause. I give Abby that. Okay, so Joe's like, okay, yeah. He's like, will the evil be gone forever? And Pandora was like, yeah, you know, it might not. He's like, okay.
One more Wendigo in season 4, like just a little half of a Wendy Joe.
Yeah, I kind of feel they didn't make it clear if it was gone or not, and I don't think it is. But anyway,
yeah, he won't know until it comes up against the dark object. Right. Yeah.
So Pandora, okay, so he's asking if he'll die, and she's like, you may die, you may not. I'm like, really? Like, no emotion, just flat, monotone. Like, really?
Yeah.
She's like, you know, you may lose your sock, you may not lose your sock. You're like, this is this man's life. She had no qualms about, you know, you may die. It's cool. I can't.
I just stuck on the whole sock thing, like.
I mean, seriously, she was like it was something that didn't matter. This is this man's life. And Jenny over here a wreck.
She was a wreck. It was a mess.
So Joe, oh my God. Joe agrees. And to calm Jenny, he tells her he loves her. I
was
like, okay, can I say, I have always been a fan of Joenny. I would rather have Ichabbie, but since we can't, why not? But I like them.
I like him too.
I was really excited when he said he loved her.
I was excited about the thing. That was good too. I mean, they have some great scenes together, honestly.
Yes.
They're still not Ichabbie though.
Yeah, they're not. But you know what? That's fine. And I love that they're not. Don't be Ichabbie. Just be Joenny and your cuteness and lovable, adorable selves. So, of course, he's all agreed, and like you said earlier, Abby threatens Pandora, was like, anything happens to my brother, it's gonna be some payback, some revenge. And so she uses the box to turn him into the Wendigo, and Joe loses it. Like, he couldn't control himself.
Yeah, it was intense.
It was intense, and Pandora's trying to get him under control. Everybody's like trying, but then Jenny swoops in.
Swoop in, Lord.
Whoa, there was a ram in the bush. But she tells him that she loves him, and I'm like, yes, she in love too. Which means
the key to the house. She was like, I will give you a key. I love you. And then he's like, all right, cool. It goes back in the circle. I was like, oh, okay.
So was that a ploy from the deepest, darkest recesses of his mind? Like, I need to act out so I can get this key. So I can be all with my boo when I want to.
That's right. Okay. But what I love was their ending, where he was like, I think I remember you saying you're giving me a key. And she was like, I told the Wendigo that I would give him a key. Like, LOLing, like literally, like the cry, laugh emoji. That was me.
I know. Super cute. You know what? We skipped a moment though. Like, when the Wendigo was dying.
Oh, that was sad.
That was so sad. And then Jenny's looking at Abby like, do whatever. Like, I sacrificed my man to help you save yours. Like, I need some help here.
And Abby was just like,
that sucks. We had saved Crane, so it's all good. No, I don't think that's what she was thinking at all. I'm being facetious. That's not what she was thinking at all. But I mean, like, Jenny's like, help,
Yeah.
I have sacrificed my boo to save yours. And now he's dying. Like, I need something.
I feel like that Abby and Jenny's relationship has been so volatile that, like, that's something that won't ever be brought back up. Because, like, that's just how they are with each other. Like, they'll just stretch things out until the last second with each other. It's weird, but I think that's how they are together. I don't know. Do you think Jenny will say anything about it?
No, because she'll do whatever I think they both will do whatever it takes to save each other. Mm-hmm. Because the sisters love each other no matter what happens between them. Right. I feel like they don't need to talk about what I did or keep score, what I did for you or what you did for me, because they both have sacrificed a lot for each other, and they do it willingly. So no, I don't think she'll bring it up, because bringing it up would be like keeping score, and they don't do that.
I feel that. Okay, so as soon as it started working and Joe was back to full power and the force field was coming down, Abby just left. She was like, I gotta get to the archives and get to my man. Like, she turned around and was like, whoop. And I was like, yeah. I was like, go ahead, Abby, go get your man now. But she busted in there and was like, hugs.
Yes! I screamed, and you know I did. I screamed so loud, I paused and rewound. I was like, yes! This is the hug we've been waiting for. Like when she saved his life the first time. Now she saved his life. Well, I'm sorry, that wasn't the first time she saved his life, but the last time she saved his life before this time.
Yeah, we needed a hug the last time.
We didn't get one, but we got the little cute little handsy moment and, you know, some love taps or whatever. But this time,
yeah,
we got the coveted hug. Yes.
Now, though, one of the girls that I love to follow, Black Pearl, she said this felt like a church hug. But this is how I feel about it. Like, they live together. They see each other every day. This is like a married person hug. Like, it's like, I'm so glad that you're back to being my security blanket again. Let's not leave again. Instead of just like, I don't know what I would do without you. Like, this is the worst in the world. Like, I have to go back to my wife and I can't touch you again. You know, like, it's not like season 2 hugs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a more comfortable, I trust you, I love you hug. What do you think?
This was, I'm glad you didn't die in here.
Oh.
Hug. Like, I mean, it wasn't lingering or, you know, there were no caresses or anything. But, excuse me, I think it was genuine to the scene.
No, I think it was.
Yeah. I liked it. I don't know.
Okay, so I feel like at the end of season 2, we figured out that Abby's ancestor, Grace Dixon, knew about witnesses and all that stuff. And I'm assuming that she was carrying the bloodline, or at least she knew that one of her descendants was going to be like one of the witnesses. And I guess that's why she stayed close to Crane and his family and wanted to take care of Crane and Katrina's son.
Yeah.
Yeah, but now, like, so much of the stuff is starting to make sense because Crane didn't know that he was also part of a lineage that were making witnesses, and he just didn't pop up a witness, you know? And so now maybe we can delve into Crane's history since we have, you know, gotten back to Grace Dixon. Maybe we could see both of their histories, how they were intertwined 1,000 years ago. You know, like that would be really cool. Like, looking ahead, I feel like there's so much that they could do with that information. What do you think?
So what I'm hearing is we would get Doppelganger, Crane, and Abby.
Not Doppelganger. I mean, Grace.
Wait. And they were in love and married, and we would get makeout scenes.
But they can't get married because then they'd be related now.
Okay. Well, no, they didn't. They weren't married. They were just in love. Okay, we'll go with that.
Maybe it's just been like 10 generations of unrequited love, and they've had to marry other people.
Oh my! That was so suck. You know what?
I would love to do that to us. I'd be so mad.
Yeah, I agree. That sounds like definitely something they would do.
Hey, I got a couple of likes. Oh, I'm sorry. So anyway, Should we talk about the promo that we watched for next week?
Yeah, that she forced me to watch.
I'm sorry. Abby tells Danny about the supernatural next week. And I don't know if you noticed, but Crane gave like a little bit of a side eye, like, I can't believe you're letting him in, like this is our place. And
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if it was side eye that she was telling him. There might have been more side eye that why is he here? He's like, yeah, he can know about the supernatural, but why is he in close proximity to you? I don't know. We don't know until the episode airs.
He needs to do something or say something. I mean, Danny's gonna move in, so he's got to say something. And I don't know if she'll be back, but you do notice there hasn't been any Betsy Ross.
Yeah.
Maybe they kind of dropped it. Maybe too much is going on, or maybe she'll be in the last episode or something.
Well, no, it hasn't been any flashback moments. I think they've been focusing more on Pandora and the Hidden One because it's getting so close to the end of the season, and I think they're going to wrap it up in the finale. So I'm thinking that's why we haven't had so much any Betsy Ross flashbacks.
I feel that. I was just kind of worried that they were just going to drop her without a word. Like, oh, well, the fans didn't really like her, so she disappeared. We're just not going to mention her anymore. And I feel like they should give her a better send-off, kind of like with Zoe. But I don't know. I guess
she existed in flashbacks, so it's like,
yeah,
if we're not doing any flashbacks, we don't need her, kind of like. I mean, I don't want to make it sound like that, but that's what it is.
Well, yeah, you're right about that. But I feel actually like super optimistic about the next 3 episodes. Like, they're building up to something really big. And
yes, it's getting better and better with each episode. I'm loving it.
I just hope that people watch and enjoy, so we can be sure to get a season 4. Tell your friends. Let's make sure that we get as many people as we can, especially watch that finale. It's going to be amazing. Like, I'm so excited. But,
yes, I can't wait.
well, thank you everybody for watching. Be sure to comment on whatever you want to, and hit us up on Twitter if you want to talk during the week. We'll talk to you guys next time. Bye, sleepyheads.
Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.